y'all. Let's get into it. Got another 70s classic, 1973 Buick Centurion. Finished in that fire, I think it's like fire mist, something like that, but it gives like real cinnamon vibes to me personally. So super clean car. Let's go ahead and get around it. First off, you see that it does have 20-inch chromes with the red line vogues. Those are brand new. You can see it is a 455 car. You'll see once we pop the hood. And the paint, I mean, I'm gonna probably get a paint probably like an 8, but it's super crazy because you can tell that this has been resprayed, and the easiest way I can tell is because the pinstriping is new. And like I said, the paint looks pretty solid. It's just got a couple swirls from, you know, harsh car washes, I would assume. So moving down the driver's side, body looks pretty good, looks pretty clean. Nothing there to really point out. That rear corner looks pretty straight. Top works flawlessly. You'll see that later on in the video. Looking at the trunk, again, give you a good idea what that color looks like. Again, it's giving, you know, between red and cinnamon, like right up in there. So beautiful color. I really like it. Trunk looks good. Chrome looks solid. No dents. Eventually, you can see that there is, you know, a little bit of love marks on there, but nothing crazy. Again, no dents, no heavy rust or anything. Looking down the driver's side, body looks nice and straight. No issues there for real. Got a little bit of a scratch here. You can tell somebody filled it in with touch-up paint. All the chrome trim down the body, the impact strips, and the chrome cladding at the bottom is intact how it should be. Windshield nice and clean, no cracks, no rock chips, nothing to point out there. And as we move towards this front fender, again, very nice and clean. Looking at the hood, looks pretty solid. Seems to be properly aligned. We got a little bit of bubbling here. And then I'll show you on the front as well, right up in here. A little bit. Not picking up too good on the camera, but there is a little bit there, so we try to make sure we point that out. Front bumper looks solid. Again, no dents. Chrome looks good. I don't see any flaking or peeling, and the chrome around the headlights looks super solid as well. Go ahead, pop the hood. Alright, clean underneath. Got your normal power brakes, power steering. This is an AC car, and the AC does blow cold. Again, it's a 455 car, so you got your big boy. Got a newer battery. Everything else appears to be pretty stock, but nice and clean underneath. Grab the keys. Trunk's nice and clean, nothing to worry about here. We got the spare tire in there, of course. Got your hammer for your knockoffs. You can tell there were sounds in here. I could tell by the power wire that was ran from the front, and then you got a couple speaker wires hanging there, so already wired. The floor is glued down, so I'm not gonna pull that up, but you'll see once we get underneath it. Floors are solid. Checking out the interior, we got an off-white interior. Pretty solid condition. You can tell obviously anytime that you have like a white, a cream, off-white, you got a little bit of discoloration because you got 50 years of sun beating down on it, but no rips, no tears, so that's always a plus. We got power windows, everything does work, and you got brown carpet. Carpet is nice and solid, no issues there. There's your passenger seat. Again, no rips or tears. And then our passenger door panel. No warping going on. Everything's intact how it should be. And then we check out these jams. Again, good condition. Dash is solid. There's a couple little cracks here and there. We got one there and one there. Everything else is pretty solid. It's not raised up or anything like that. Go ahead and get to the driver's side. Driver's side seat basically the same as the rest of the car. Again, no rips or anything like that, no heavy stains. You see that we got a custom console here with a sound system, OG tape player. Mileage reads 88,894, and when we do the test drive, I'll show you that the AC works and everything. And there's your driver's door panel. As you see, that's your interior lights. So she's solid. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out. We'll get started on the test drive on the Centurion. As you see, she fires right up. Because it is raining outside, I'm gonna go ahead and put the top up so you guys get to see that in action a little bit earlier than normal. I'll still show the outside of the top once I get it off the rack and everything. That was me, my finger slipped off. See if I can do this with one hand. Yep. Alright, locked up. Let's check out these. That back window went up with no problem. That one. And this one. The other one was working. Let me see if we got... I can hear it. I wonder if it's caught in the weather stripper. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so we're gonna have to look at that window because everything was working. So let me see. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Left turn signal, right turn signal. Radio works. AC was, I already tested that. AC's on, it's blowing ice cold right now. Lights are on, I can see them up front and on the dash. And wipers are good. Let's check the horn. Horn is good as well. So let's go ahead, check this out. Definitely sounds good, which most of the cars with the 455, they do actually sound good and they float. So good. Speedometer is working. It's got me doing like 15, 20, which is about accurate. Crazy, I got the wipers on like the first notch and they're going non-stop, but that's cool. Brakes feel good, no issues there. I'm barely into them and they're stopping. I didn't have to slam on it or anything. Wiper blade just switched upside down, so we'll look into that. That's why it's making that noise. It literally just flipped. So suspension feels good. Hands off the wheel and I'm tracking straight. Wheel is also straight as well, so that's a plus. My first time noticing this. I'm pretty sure the white needle on the speedometer is for cruise control, but I don't know if it's just stuck there or that's the last setting that it was on. One of you guys in the comments can let me know that. But so there's two needles. One is the white one, the other one is the red. Red is current speed. Pretty sure the white is for cruise control. Kind of wild if somebody was doing 80 in this, but pretty sure back in the day people was doing it all the time. Again, suspension feels solid. I'm not bouncing all over the road. I don't hear any creaks or rattles or anything like that. Again, we will check that window out. It was working earlier on our FaceTime, so either though I think what happened, I think the weather stripping got folded down and it's putting pressure on it, or it could just be that the motor went out. But either way, we will have that fixed, so don't worry about that. And yeah, everything sounds good. The shifts have been smooth on the motor. I'm sorry, the transmission. Really nothing to point out about the drive, so I'm gonna go ahead and head back and get her on the rack. I didn't do any hard stops, of course, because it's raining. But again, the brakes do feel solid, so we'll check that out once we get it on. All right, so I've got the Centurion up on the rack. Rear bumper again looks solid. Chrome looks good. Nothing to point out there. Frame and frame extensions coming to the back look nice and solid. The exhaust tips have been redone. I can just tell because they don't match the rest of the exhaust. Gas tank is solid, no signs of any leaks or anything there. Drum brakes in the rear, stock suspension. Moving down the passenger side, floors look amazing. They obviously have been coated at some point in time, but I don't see any patchwork or anything that needs to be pointed out, but they do look amazing. This is how I would want the underneath of my car to look, just for safety purposes and make it a little bit easier to clean. So nothing wrong with the floors, nice and solid. No signs of leak from the oil or trans pan, just came off the test drive. Everything you see dripping is just water. Disc brakes up in the front. Everything else appears to be stock and no signs of leaks anywhere else. Front bumper again, nice and straight, nothing to point out. And then underneath, paint looks good as well. Moving on down the passenger side. Body looks good. Wheels are new at all four corners, so no need to point out that as we move around. Body cladding looks good underneath. It's nice and straight. And then that rear quarter panel looks good as well. Nothing to point out there. Get to the driver's side. Looks good. Wheel well trim is good. The wheel wells have also been coated just as the underbody, so that's going to be nice and clean as well. A very, very solid car underneath for sure. All right, so we got the top up. Top is in excellent condition. You see the glass is new. I'm sorry, no rips in the top anywhere. Glass is solid. This is a newer top. You can always tell by the pads, but there are no rips, no tears, no stains. So beautifully done. So again, if you guys are interested in this 73, make sure you give us a call, 256-801-4409. Check us out at Rolling Museums on the website or Instagram. As always, appreciate you watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe below.